what we are looking at is the warehouse management that was customized for Brand Optima based on the document you sent, and also what's it called? The voice notes that was also shared. So we got insights into it, and we were able to create something. So whatever thing that is not here is actually doable. But let me just present what we currently have. The system can allow you to capture all your warehouses. So if you look at this point,
Zainab's laptop. Chris, Toby.
Please, can you mute yourself? We are getting feedback from you. I don't know who is speaking, but someone is speaking. Please mute your mic. So you create all your warehouses.
Sorry, please note that your screen is showing blank. I don't know if that is what it is from your end. It's a blank screen that you are sharing.
Showing blank? No, you shouldn't show blank. Oh.
I'm not seeing anything on your screen now. Just a blank. Just displaying blank here.
Let me see again. That's supposed to show blank. Let me see. You are supposed to see something relating to warehouse management here. I don't know. Is that can Sadiq, please can you respond? What do you see so that since you have the other understanding?
So I can see your screen. It's showing warehouse management.
Okay, so somebody complained that he can't see this, so I don't know if it is from my. Were you seeing it before he made his comment?
Yes, I was seeing it before.
Yes,
I was seeing it before.
I can see warehouse management on Browser Optima.
Okay, but now you can see it now.
What I'm seeing is that screen is being shared and it's loading. That's the only thing I'm seeing on a blank background, white background.
It should be your screen. It should be maybe your
internet.
I
think it's showing now.
Okay, so
it's showing now.
Okay, so thank you.
Mm.
So now I was talking about warehouse itself. So warehouse is actually a location which can be physical or virtual. When I say virtual, it means warehouse can be designed based on how your process is. So it doesn't have to be warehouse itself. So for instance, you have a warehouse in Lagos, which is physical, that is fine. But because you move or you take record of moving that product from one location, that is, you are moving from Lagos, within that same your Lagos warehouse, you are moving from point A to point B, and you are taking note of that, maybe for one reason or the other. It could be that you want to demarcate, you want to be able to state that this particular product is for activation, why this one is your normal stock item. You understand? So in that process, a warehouse is needed to be created for that. That will make it easier for you to be able to manage the movement of those stock from one point to the other. So that is why we have warehouse here. And also, we also have your projects. So if you look at it, let me just pick some, for instance. So if you look at it, you will see something like damage or loss warehouse. I just gave a kind of how would I call it? Just gave something to just differentiate or identify this, that it is a project warehouse. So it can be the name of the customer that you use for your warehouse, or it could be a project ID. So what we did was to create this as well, because we want to move those products from your main warehouse to those projects. So you want to be able to know where the products are. So that was why we created this project. You can see project B, project A. You can even see project office. So project office is more like the movement does not go into here, but goes into all this. Then what other, so then you have the main warehouse itself, which is actually called the store. So I just wanted to give you an insight to that. Now let's look at the process. You have a situation whereby the sender, which is the procurement department, will have to inform the warehouse that some items are coming to the warehouse. So it must be specified at a particular date with the quantity and all that. So the first thing, as a procurement officer, so the procurement officer itself needs to raise the purchase order, which is what a document that is sent to the client. You understand? So it is that purchase order that is used to monitor and also to alert or to notify the warehouse guy. So let me just pick one, for instance. Let me say I'll pick one and I will make a copy out of this. Let me just duplicate this so that I don't have to start picking anything again. So let's assume, yeah, so we are raising this today on this date. This is 0101, but it is expected to arrive. I don't know. Are people coming in because I can get signals? I just want to be sure. Please, you should. So I think you can unmute your mic so that I know that okay. I'm not out of the meeting. You understand? So once in a while, you can do that. So this is the supplier. This is the supplier's name, which is this is a series of numbers, so of naming. So this is what is going to generate the document number. The system have a unique identifier for all its documents. And also, if you have that unique identifier as well, it can also be created separate so that the document has its own and you also have your own on the system. So this is when you are raising the document and this is when it is expected. Note, this is a purchase order that is requesting from the the supplier. Now, when they raise it, they know that the target warehouse is your main warehouse, which is identified here as stores. Now, what about the product? So these are all the product that should be. So we can see we just created item 001, item 002, just like that. This is just for so we pick this as I think I use this. So they are all coming at the same date. Let's assume they are coming at the same date. So I'll pick this. I'll pick this. That is when they are supposed to be delivered. You understand? It has not gotten to the warehouse yet, but I'm just telling you this. So if I click here, because there is a workflow that is designed on this, there's a workflow that is designed on this document. So somebody raised and somebody approves and all that. So let's assume request for approval, and then you can see a request made. So if you look at the status of the purchase order, you will see that there are some that are showing that this has been submitted and it is more of a warehouse has been notified. Then this is request made. So I'm just showing you status of the document so that you can understand. Then let's assume the request has been made, but it needs approval. Somebody needs to approve. Now, this document has been approved. So when it is being approved, you can see the status at every point here. Then look at, so this has been approved. It means that it has gone and this notified to on arrival does not need to happen now. So at this point, even when the document was raised, the warehouse manager also gets an alert, a notification, whether via mail or whatever channel that is being used. So you can get a notification on this level. Now, let's assume the product is arriving on that particular date. So let's say 2 days or 3 days. You can also tell the system, you can do a scheduler that's when it's supposed to be able to arrive. But now this is at user end. User is now confirmed that, oh, this product is going to arrive on this also day. So when he's sure of arrival, I don't know how you do your process. Maybe it's maybe it's the supplier that will call them, or the procurement officer calls the supplier, whatever way. But now for them to now give notification to the warehouse team, so they need to come here and say notify for arrival. So immediately they click on notify for arrival, you also, who is a warehouse person, get a notification that, oh, this is now being confirmed that this product is about to arrive. Now, you can see that the status also changes to warehouse notified. So nobody will be able to say, oh, I was not notified on all that. So you can always come to your document to see the status of that particular document that was being raised. So if that is fine, that is on notification on arrival. That is for what will I call it? Items that are not activations, maybe just your normal products and all that. Now, on arrival of these items, you need to confirm if it tallies with what was it called? What was sent in terms of the purchase order, in terms of what is expected to be delivered. So the same document can actually be raised. From this same document, there is something here called purchase receipt. You can do a purchase receipt there, but if you don't have access to this, if you don't have access to this document, maybe because you are the warehouse manager and all you need to have is, let's say, the purchase receipt alone, it's fine. So let me just, I think I didn't put that here, but as that, you should have something like this purchase receipt. So you have purchase receipt here. So this will list out all documents that have been raised so far. All documents that have been raised so far on a receipt. Now, this is when it has come. I was about to receive it. Now, you now need to add a purchase receipt. So when you got that notifications or the document that is being supplied, there will be a purchase order number. That is very important. You also have the supplier's name also. So if I pick the supplier's name here, then I tell the system, oh, get items from this supplier. So I say, now it's on a purchase order. So it will list out all purchase order that is yet to be closed for this supplier. So then I can just pick, let's say this is it. I believe this should be it. Then I say get items. So immediately you do get items. So the system already knows the products. So you can now see the products that you are expecting. Now, by default, because it is on purchase order, the system already knows that, oh, this is what you are expecting. But that was not what you received. So it is whatever that is being received that can be stated here. Let's say 300 was actually received. 300 was received. Let's say 150 was received on this. 255 was received on this. So at this point, you've been able to complete the aspects of imputing it. Then if you wish to change the date also, the date at which the arrival came, let's say what we did on that was 23rd. Let's say it didn't come on 23rd, came on 24th. So then I can save this. I can save this on the system. Now, upon saving it, you can still send email. So whatever documents you are using, even on the purchase order, anywhere, you can write comments. You can decide to write comments on this. For instance, you can write comments on, oh, 50, let's say 300 was received. Let's say 300, sorry. Then the system also keeps its own record, also identifying that it's 300 and remaining 50 somewhere. So so I can say 300 was received on item whatever as a comment here, or so me putting that as a comment here, you can see the username displays here. Then also I can also let's say I can also make a comment. Okay, I can also click here as well. Click a comment here, then it takes you down to that place. Or you send a mail. So in you sending a mail, you can just click here. You can click here. Sorry. You can click here to say email. Email. That is if you have so many details that you wish to write. So because I am the user that is on this system, so I can write whatever thing I wish to use to write and all that. Then you can now start putting who are those that are supposed to receive this email. So you can write so many things that you wish on this same document. Then it will also attach the document. It can also attach the document and click here, which so this aspect is the second aspect of if you are not comfortable with just the notification that the workflow is sending. So you can at Fly, you can send your email directly like that. Then when you are done, I can click on submit. So submit means that it is actually being updated into my inventory warehouse. Now, note something as well. So this aspect does not concern you again. Look, the document then changed to bill. So which means the account department or whoever that is in charge of billing this customer or paying the bills on this will then take over from that. You receiving the product, you are done with the activity. So if I come here, say, you want to check, let's say your stock ledger, which is more like your bin to actually see the details on it. So this system will also tell you that you can see, the system will tell you the products that came in. It will also tell you based on that particular document that was done. So that is the aspect where you need to receive products or incoming products from what's it called? From your procurement guys. So I'll leave that now. Now I move to the next one. Then you also have a situation whereby you receive products for activation. So if it is for activation, then the project manager will have to inform you, the warehouse team, through a message or whatever. So on that aspect, so if I come here again, I've just been able to put everything at one point. So we have something here called request for client material. I want to believe this is your activation. So, so if I click this, so this will list out all items that are supposed to be delivered and the ones that are being delivered. So I can add material request. So this aspect now is being done by the project manager. So it's done on the by the project manager for the activation of items that's supposed to be sent to the warehouse. Now it needs to select the customer that is involved. Let's say this customer is involved. Then also, let's say this, I'll just pick a date required to be delivered by what date? Let's say it should be delivered by this date. Then aside the fact that the system take note of the person capturing this, it also requests for the requester's name. It's also requests for the requester's name. So then I can just write, let's say, then what else? Okay, so how long? Okay, based on some of the things you said how long will the products be in your warehouse? So we have something here, product duration, let's say in days, let's say 90 days, for instance. Put 90 days here. Then I can start picking the items. I can start picking the items. Now, the items here, I think activation. Let me see this. Okay, to be delivered on this date. How many? 20 or 200. This is where it's going and all that. Let me pick another activation item. So I pick another activation item. Okay, let's say this is 150. Okay, so at this point, I just click on save. Now you will see that the document is on draft. So awaiting approval or something, request approval. Now, so it's not like the system will just go through. Somebody needs to approve that, then we make an approval on it. So then what else? Now, this has been done. So when it's to arrive, you can now say notify for arrival. So when I click on notify for arrival as well, the warehouse is also notified at this level. So this is for activation. So the same thing, process goes like that. So now on arrival, let me pick on arrival, let me see, I don't have that here, but look, let me see. So on arrival, the just like we have for the other what's it called? The user will then come here to select the product that arrived. So I can now say at this level, I can just say get items from materials request. Then so this is it. This should be it. So no, that's not it. That's not the document. So a document should be generated at that level. Let me see. So material request. Sorry. Just check. Let me just quickly check the document that was raised. So that's all on the same page. Okay. So hold on. So I think that's an issue on that one. I think I missed a particular step. Because I'm supposed to see something like this PML request on that, but I don't know why I'm not seeing. Let me see again. Okay. This is it. This is it. This is it. Okay, so let's say. Okay, so so from this level, I can just click on my material receipt, just like I missed a step. Yeah, so this is it now. So it comes here at this level. This is where the store person will then need to receive the item. This to show that whatever thing that is being delivered is what you are capturing. So just the same thing, whatever information you need to write in terms of quantity received or quantity paid, quantity received, you need to enter it there. Then also, if you need to do further emailing on it, you can do it. So the same thing, just like the other one, you can actually be done at this level. So if I say, okay, I'm receiving it on this, so say, save this and then submit, and yes. So this item also has been received into the warehouse. So just like the way you check the order, you can check your bin card, your stock ledger directly like that. You will see the items, you will see the quantity that was received, the balance added to it, and every other thing relating to that. So those are the two aspects of where you have when you are supposed to receive products or receive your items from either the procurement guys or the project team as well. Then for outgoing goods from the warehouse, you also have this situation whereby before an item can be picked from the warehouse, an authorization will be raised from the office. That is, the project manager will raise a requisition, then the client service manager in charge of the project will sign to confirm the project manager is picking for the order. So in that situation, we'll have something like this. So this is let's say this now. So this aspect also, you will have to do a material request at this level also. So now what the function that is now happening here is a material transfer. That is, you are moving it. So they are requesting that they need it maybe for a particular project, an event, or whatever that needs to be done. So this will be captured there. The same date and all information that is required. So what item is required at this level? So for instance, maybe the project manager raising this is selecting, let's say, because the target warehouse will now be based on the project or the event. So let's say it's for this project. So pick the project, then the item is, let's say, activation or something or whatever. Let me just, no, don't let me use activation yet. Let me use normal item, POL. Item 01. Okay, this is when they need it. They need it on this second, on this. That is when it is actually needed. So I can just pick all of them. So I can just select this. Let me say this. This is 20. Set quantity for this. This is, let's say, this is 5. Set quantity for this. Then I think that is all. And so these are the materials that are needed for that particular project. So I'll set the project at this level. If there's need for requester's name, you also include that. Then I save this also. So now the level of saving it is this. Then I come here again and say request approval. So this is the PML has made that request. So at every point in time, at every status, an email and also notification is sent regarding this aspect of it. So let me say, okay, now this is when the client service manager in charge of the project will sign to confirm. So at this point, now because you are seeing this, I have administrative right. That is why I'm seeing all this. So for instance, the person that made the request is not going to be seeing this function. They're not going to be seeing all this. So it's not like they can confirm or they can reject. It is only those that are assigned to do that particular task or that workflow that will be able to do that. For instance, in this case, the what's it called? The client service are the ones in charge here. So the client service will get a notification. Then they come to this aspect and confirm also. So they click the confirm, which means look at the status, which is client service manager confirms. So that is the status. So the next person that is supposed to get a notification on this also, let me see. Okay, I think there's an approval level there. Then I don't know who is supposed to approve this. Project to sign to confirm the manager, project manager speaking for this. Okay, anyway, whatever workflow that is being defined here, you can see. Okay, now this is operation director approves. So if I click here again, maybe the next person who is to approve, then executive director approves. Then also after approval has been done, everybody gets notification for every level. Now the last place, no, now this is now to confirm that pickup has been made, that from the warehouse. So at this point, whoever initiated or has the function to click this will not click this until when the what's it called, the what's it called, the warehouse manager approves this. So the warehouse manager then needs to transfer those items. So based on whatever has been selected, you would see that the warehouse manager gets a notification. Then also the target warehouse. Now you can see that the target warehouse is now projects. So these are all the projects that were selected. But now this is where the warehouse manager will now have to state where is this materials coming from. So based on whatever we have done here, this only source warehouse that we can use here for this is store. So now automatically it brings out that, okay, the store guys are going to release the items out to this warehouse, which is also the project. Then at this level, it also saves it, then also submit. So now this guy needs to confirm that it has been sent or they've picked up. So for them to confirm that they've picked up, so they have to go back to that document, then state that pickup made. So at every point in time, you can see the status of whatever activity that you are doing within the system. So the same thing too goes to activation materials, where you're supposed to release activation materials for project and all that. So the same process too goes to that. Now, let's look at this point where we have stock aging, because I know there are periods where, okay, before we go back to stock aging, now you need to return item. The warehouse guy, the project team needs to return item back to the warehouse. So that is the function of this, return item to warehouse. So returning the item to warehouse, this will list out all items in terms of documents that has been generated on the system. So I can click here to say return to warehouse. You specify the date, you specify the description. If it is an activation item, you tick, because at this level, let's say I'm the returning warehouse, which is this, then also the receiving warehouse, which is this, as we stated here, then the item itself have to be stated here. Now, whatever item you see here are items that are not activation item at this level. That's what I do. So by the time I click activation item, you will see that this will change this will change to the activation item. So you can then raise your document and all that. So if I decide to return the item, then the system too goes through like that. I think there is no workflow. No workflow was stated in the voice note for this aspect. So, but whatever the workflow that is stated there, all this will also can be taken into consideration. Then also, now look at something. Okay, so based on the fact that you have chosen this is the returning warehouse, the system also identified the available quantity in that warehouse. So if you have quantity more than that item, the system will not allow it to fly. So it has to be the exact quantity that was that is in that warehouse. So you can decide to return everything, or you can return part of it to the warehouse. Now, also, if you have some items that maybe as a result of they were damaged or something, you can also identify year. If items are damaged, I just tick this. So I'll tick this and state the system. Now, so what you are doing, so you are choosing two lines now. So before, let me just come here. Cost enter is just to further analyze whatever transaction you are doing. That's just the essence of that. Then the project it belongs to, let me just say this project, for instance. Then this is okay. Now let's say this is 140 quantity. Let's say this is 140 quantity. Now, two are damaged or two is missing. It is also important for you to take note of it because the system doesn't know that it is damaged or lost. So you need to tell the system that it is damaged or lost. Then so you pick here also the same warehouse. So because we need to take record of it. So this product is not going to stores again. So we'll have to state or identify, separate it by saying it is damaged or lost warehouse. Then the same item, for instance, then this is 8. Then I can come here to now identify that, oh, this is a damaged or a lost warehouse or a lost item. So I just state damage or loss, whatever case it is. Then also I'll state that at that level. Then I save this. Case requesting for a cost center, which was made mandatory. Like I said, you just further analyze your transaction. So if there are workflows there, somebody to approve, somebody to do this, all that can be embedded, but that was not identified in the voice note. So I'll just click this. So this has been done successfully. So and that about that. That's how you return return item to this warehouse. The same thing too goes to if it is activation but you only need to state it. So now how do I now know? Yeah, so how do I know the age of?
Hello, sir, Mr. Olumide.
Yes, please.
Okay, I think a stock entry was created for this transaction that you just did.
So at this level, if I click on this bin card, this will display all the transactions concerning the company, to display all transactions based on the date that is selected and all that. So you can easily find your stock ledger, which is the same thing as your bin card. You can easily find it here. So for instance, if I decide to see, okay, BOL project, for instance, now it will list out all the things as they came in and how they go out based on the date that is being selected. Now, you also want to know the age of your product. This also, we can do a kind of notification on it if there are items that goes beyond 80 days, 90 days. Look at this now. You can see the age of all the items on the system. So this will show you, let me see, for brands, Optima So you will see this will list out all your items for you based on their age, so that you can make a decision based on that. You understand? So that is that about the warehouse management for Brands Optima Limited. So thank you very much.
Thank you. That was clear. We as we advance, we'll continue to learn and perfect it. It's very clear. Thank you.
All right, sir. Hello, ma. Are there any questions? So is Madam Grace or Madam someone on this call? Because
Hi.
So let me
Yeah.
let me ask
Okay.
a few.
That question.
Let me ask you. Let me ask you question, because
Yes, sir.
there was a particular point where you said in the system you cannot record what more than what was there when you are returning. For example, if you have an item that is 100 in number, you pick out 50, and you are returning the 50, the system cannot record more than what is supposed to be there. Because in the course of activation, there could be time where you have to make direct purchases from the activation. Maybe before you left the warehouse, the total item you were having in the warehouse is 100, but in the course of the activation you went to do, you made more purchases, and when you are returning, then that number is not on the system. So you need to include what you return from what was given to you. So the number should change, but you said it cannot change because it is a customer, something like that.
So this is it. If I understand you clearly, at the point of activation, some procurements were done, right?
Yeah, well, directly done. That does not have timeline for the process of initiating delivery before they pick.
Exactly. So the best thing to do with the system is that immediately the procurement, if you are using the system, the same procurement that was done will be done on the system. And because you are picking the project warehouse, it will also be included there. So it would have increased it. So by the time you now want to return, it is not what was actually issued out now. It will be what was issued out plus what's the additional procurement that came in during the activation. Yeah, so the system would allow for that.
Okay, I get it. Then another question: the aging stock. We have some products that have expiring dates. Is there any like alarm or set of reminder that this XYZ product will be getting expired in the next 1 week, in the next 1 month? There is like an alert.
Okay, so there is nothing that is being captured on this system that you don't get a notification for if we set up that notification. So yes, there are some items that actually expires. So you have to also indicate that it expires, then also put the date that which is going to expire. You understand? If you don't put the date at which is going to expire, you are not going to get that notification. So this is what I'm saying. Now look at this item 001, end of life is the expiration date. So when you state it, we will set up a notification for you, and you will get a notification about the item about to expire. So you can say this item, let's say this, okay, for instance, this item is to expire on this date, but you, of course, you have to get a notification earlier. So you can get a month earlier, 3 days earlier, 2 months earlier, a year earlier. You can get whatever notification that you wish to have. You will get it.
So all the end user, including the client service and the project manager of such project, will get the notification.
Everybody,
the warehouse team, everybody will get the notification.
Everybody that has been tagged on that workflow,
the project,
gets that. Yes.
Okay, that is beautiful.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm not also seeing a situation where some item that we want to deliver, for example, when you say damage or loss, some item could be damaged but need to be repaired or what is the word used for it? For example, if you made a fabrication for a bar, you took it to an event, on coming back from the event, there are scratches, you know that, okay, you need to rebrand it. So is there any space for picture to show that this was the condition when this item was returned, and recommendation that this item should be rebranded before the next use?
Okay. So now, I don't know how the workflow or the process on that goes, but whatever the process on that, it can, so we can create a process on it. But whatever document that is being generated on this system, you have a place to attach.
Okay.
So you can attach the picture.
Okay.
You can attach the picture of that item. You can attach the picture there, then make a comment on it. So just like you have here, you can make a comment on it. Oh, advice for what's called fabrications and all that. It can be done here. You understand? And anybody that is supposed to receive a notification on that can also receive a notification on that. Or you use this email as well to do that same process. You use this email to do the same process. Write whatever you need to write on it. Then also you have where you can attach the pictures to it. You can attach the pictures to it, and whoever that is assigned to get this email will also receive the email.
Okay, great. That's fantastic.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.